This show today is all about eating healthy, being healthy, workout tips. It's Fitness Friday. Your pre and post workout meal are both important parts of building muscle and losing fat. So joining us with pre-workout ideas is Dr. Christoph, professor of nutrition, and of course Rob Gyrie from The Biggest Loser.
I'm still here.
He's still here. We just made the peanut butter and jelly smoothie, which was delicious, but we're talking about what you should eat before and after your workout.
Yep, so we're going to start with pre-workout. And pre-workout, if you're working out super early in the morning, like I know a lot of you probably are, maybe a 5 a.m. or a 6 a.m. workout, sometimes pre-workout means the night before. Sometimes you just can't stomach something right before exercise if you're waking up 5 minutes before you're working out.
Right, so this is something that you wouldn't have necessarily for breakfast.
Right.
Or what you could have a PB&J smoothie.
Right, that could work.
Totally.
That could work.
Totally. So the night before, you'd want to focus on something that's more carbohydrate rich. A lot of times people watch their carbohydrates and taper them off till the nighttime and really go for veggies and meat or some other sort of protein in the evening. But if you're working out the next morning and you're not going to eat before your workout, I'd recommend having some sort of starch at dinner, whether it's a baked potato or maybe some brown rice or maybe some quinoa or millet or some sort of whole grain or some sort of starchy vegetable that will kind of help replenish those glycogen stores and fill them up so you're ready to exercise in the morning.
So eat that at night. Now I want to know, on the ranch, did you eat a big meal at night or did you have a big hefty breakfast? What was your schedule like?
Well, we always, started our day with a big breakfast. Usually some sort of egg whites or Greek yogurt, something high in protein. But you also want to get a little bit of fat in there so that your body is burning that throughout the day. But this is absolutely very similar to something we would have for dinner. A big salad with some sort of protein, brown rice. You hit the nail on the head there. You want to have all the nutrients, all the glycogen in your body ready to work out the next day.
That's Dr. Christoph. She knows what she's talking about. She's got the greatest advice ever. So now we're going from this as being a pre-workout meal, and what are some other things that you can do?
So if you have an hour or two before your workout in the morning, you really want to focus on something that's going to be quickly digesting. So you want to focus on some sort of protein that digests pretty quickly and some sort of carbohydrate that's quick digesting but isn't going to spike your insulin levels and spike your blood sugar and make you worn out within the first 10 minutes of exercise. So I'd always say to pair some sort of complex carbohydrate. So that could be a starchy vegetable like sweet potato, a fruit like a pear, or a whole grain like whole grain bread or oatmeal or something like that. You'd want to pair that with some sort of protein. So something like the Greek yogurt would be great if you tolerate dairy. Some sort of nut butter could also work. If that doesn't sit well with you before exercise, sometimes people get a lot of indigestion from fat before exercise, but you want a peanut butter taste. They sell powdered peanut butter now that the fat's been extracted from it. So 2 tablespoons has 40 calories, all the protein, but only 1 gram of fat. So that could kind of give you the protein taste or peanut butter taste.
Peanut butter taste. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah, or you could use, egg whites, as Rob mentioned, or some sort of protein powder as well. Could be helpful.
This is an egg white protein. So this is a powdered egg white?
Yeah, it's powdered egg white. Doesn't have much of a taste for sure, but it is isolated egg white protein, and then that's isolated whey protein over there. And so those 2 proteins would not add too many chemicals, too much added sugar or anything like that. So it's really just the protein that you're looking for.
So these are kind of rules of thumb. And this is how we can take your advice, and then when we're at home, kind of like you were on the ranch, you knew what you had to do. Then when you're by yourself, you can say, all right, I know I need to match this with a protein or this carb with this, so that you're always making the right choices. Because that's what it's all about. It's just making the right choices.
100%. It all comes down to decision making.
And willpower too. It's okay. You can have that treat every now and then, but make sure that you're trying to really be healthy. Let's talk about snacks. So you are on the go. You don't have time to necessarily make that smoothie or have a meal. You're on the way. What can you do for a snack?
Yeah, so if you have, maybe 15 minutes before exercise and you say, oh shoot, I just got out of work and now I'm going to this class and I need to do my exercise, you want to have something that is fast digesting and will get your blood sugar up pretty quickly, so then you have some energy to exercise. So a lot of people use sports drinks like Gatorade or something for that, but people are starting to not really like the added colors and artificial flavors and some things like that. So you could have something like coconut water instead, which is a real natural electrolyte beverage. They also make a little bit more natural electrolyte powders now, and Ultima is one of those over there. And so those could be some products that you use pre-workout high in carbohydrate. You don't really have time to digest the protein and fat, so that could be sort of your last mechanism if you just have 15 minutes before exercise.
Right, so you're on the way, you're in the car, you're driving to your workout class or wherever you're going, and you could just have that right before your workout. Now, did you always have something before your workout? Or
We were constantly eating, so it was literally wake up, work out, eat, and you just go back and forth from the gym and the kitchen. We needed to make sure that our bodies were filled with the fuel we needed to keep working hard.
And you're working real hard. Thanks so much, Dr. Christoph. We're going to be back later on in the show. We'll be with Rob and Dr. Christoph for some post-workout snacks and a workout.
Oh,
We're going to be working our abs. Looking forward to it. Coming up today. Whew, we got a good workout in. Now we're back with Dr. Laura Christoph, Professor of Nutrition and Certified Personal Trainer. Also, Rob Gyrie, finalist on The Biggest Loser. Now we're talking about what we can have after we work out to replenish everything we lost. Well, not everything. We won't want to replenish the fat back, but you know what I mean. So we're going to start on this end, post-workout.
So we have a little window of opportunity post-workout where you really can refuel your muscles and repair all the protein that you broke down during those tough ab exercises, the supermodel pose. Right. And then also you want to refuel with a little bit of fast absorbing carbohydrate as well to get that carbohydrate to your muscles as fast as you can, because the carbs are really what fuels the protein for repairing your muscles.
So you need that. A lot of us think, oh, no carbs, carbs are bad, but you need them after your workout for your muscles to be healthy.
Right, and actually the best time to eat simple sugar is right after a workout too, because it's actually going to somewhere that's going to be useful instead of being converted to fat.
Interesting. So this is an example of what you can have right after.
Yeah, so if you're in a bind and just want to kind of carry something with you in your workout bag, having something like coconut water, which would be a super fast absorbing carbohydrate, and a scoop of whey protein or the egg protein isolate that I had showed before would be a great choice. A really cheap version of that would be chocolate milk, if you're okay with having some added sugar. Did you guys have that on the ranch or something
We
similar?
didn't have chocolate milk, but we drank chocolate almond milk all the time.
Oh,
Absolutely.
nice. Oh. Great. And so another thing you could do if you're going to eat real food, like within the hour of a workout, that's actually a time that you probably want to avoid a lot of fiber and a lot of vegetables and a lot of fat, because you're just trying to get that protein and the carbs to your system. So something like a Greek yogurt with a fruit, maybe a glass of milk or something like that. Or if you're going to have a sandwich, maybe just a piece of meat and a couple of slices of bread.
Okay, so that's a good example for post-workout if you are just grabbing something quick. I want to know, after a workout, Rob, you were probably, especially those workouts, I mean, you were like lifting
kind of hard.
and medicine balls and
We
crazy.
definitely worked.
Yeah, you must have been just like so hungry after that workout.
Hungry all the time. Absolutely.
All the time.
Well, I mean, let alone adjusting from a lifestyle where we were eating so many calories to cutting down to a more typical diet. You're always hungry. Your body's craving that food, and that's especially true after a workout. So like you said, you want to hit those carbs, you want to hit those proteins. For me, something like some tuna fish on a piece of Ezekiel bread was like a really solid post-workout snack.
Oh, so there's an example of what Rob did, and it worked for you.
Absolutely,
So that's perfect.
I think so.
Yeah, you're looking good, looking good. Now we're going to move on to this meal that you have here.
Yeah, so I have a few more meal examples if you're going to exercise in the afternoon. Because a lot of times people are afraid to eat lunch because they're going to exercise in the afternoon and they're worried about, having indigestion while
or
they
getting
exercise.
Cramps, right.
Yeah, and different people function differently in terms of how, solid their stomachs are in terms of handling things. But, I would say make sure you have some sort of complex carbohydrate for lunch. So that could be some pita bread, that could be some Ezekiel bread, as you mentioned, or whole grain bread. That could be a baked potato or a sweet potato or something like that. And then you just kind of want to experiment with the vegetables. I mean, for some people, you might be able to handle a salad. For other people, that might just cause your stomach to hurt if you're going on a run or something like that. So focusing on an easy absorbable fruit might be better, or focusing on something that, has been cooked sometimes is helpful too. So having your vegetables in a soup format or something, or in a smoothie, like putting the kale in the smoothie and digesting it a little bit by blending it right for you.
Rob.
We were all over like citrus fruit on the ranch. After a workout, you're tired, you grab a grapefruit, you get that insulin spike, you start feeling better, and then you're right back out at it. That always worked for us. It was kind of a go-to. with some sort of citrus.
A grapefruit too. That's so refreshing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's something you can you can have with you. You don't have to worry about making it.
It's perfect.
Right.
It's
Definitely.
ready. Now, what's this on the end here, Dr. Christoph?
So on the end over here is an example of a soup that you might have at lunchtime. So, some sort of broth base, some sort of protein, and here we have lentils. You could do chicken or something like that too. Again, for some people, lentils might upset their stomach before exercise. For other people, it might be a really great way to get some energizing B vitamins as well as a good amount of protein to kind of keep them full, keep the blood sugar going a little bit more steady, so then it's ready to function when you exercise a couple hours later.
So you can have that right in the fridge, and you come home and you have it before or after. These are great things that we can use to incorporate in our lives as we're getting healthy and getting ready, whether it is for bikini season or not, just to be healthier in general. So
I'm trying to get
cheers
ready
to
for
that.
Speedo season, personally.
All right, me too.
Right.
So this is also a great post-workout snack, the smoothie. All right, I want to show you guys something really